doing steroids in sports, and steroids have been around since the 1930s, and they didn't find their way into sports until the 1970s, which led athletes to take anabolic steroids. And anabolic steroids are artificially produced that are the same as or similar to the male sex hormones, with the most common one being testosterone. And I've played sports ever since I was a little kid, and I haven't really heard much about steroids until the past 5 years, with the most common being in baseball and cycling with Lance Armstrong. And over those 5 years, I've read about players getting caught and using steroids while most players keep it secret. And former Major League Baseball player David Wells stated that 25 to 40% of all Major League Baseball players have used steroids at least once. And since I've played sports my entire life, I will inform you that why people would use steroids and the effects and consequences that they have on you. Any Major League athlete wants to be the best. They want to win the top trophy that they can get, and they'll do anything that can get that little advantage over their players, and that's where steroids come into effect. And Roger Taubman of Tufts University near Boston said that if you take steroids in baseball, that you can, if you increase your muscle mass 10% by using them, that you could hit 50% more home runs than your previous season if you took steroids. Another reason why players would use steroids is so that you can work out more and longer. And if you're an athlete and taking steroids, you could work out 2 to 3 times a day with your muscles being 100% at the beginning of each workout, which leads you to be getting stronger and faster at the sport that you play. We all know that steroids make you gain muscle and speed and lower body weight, which is why illegal steroids are 10 to 100 times stronger than a doctor's prescription if you were to get injured. And most people don't know the serious side effects besides getting strong. And some of the minor side effects are just like acne, oily skin, like exceeded hair growth and deepening of the boys. But more major ones are you can have increased risk of getting cancer, heart and liver disease, and high blood pressure, which are many of the few from the National Institute of Drug Abuse. And now that I've explained some effects of steroids, I'll let you know about some consequences that have happened lately in the baseball and cycling sports. If you're in baseball and you get caught using steroids for the first time, it's a 50-game suspension. And if you get caught the second time, it's 100. And if you get caught for the third and final time, you are banned. And this happened to Manny Ramirez. He's a Major League Baseball player where he got caught one time about 8 years back. He had to sit out his 50 games, and then just recently he got caught with his second offense, and he had the team dropped him, so he was pretty much out of a job, and he's just recently started to get it picked up again. And a recent one in cycling is that of Lance Armstrong. In October of 2012, the anti-doping agency released evidence on Lance Armstrong doping in his 7 Tour de France and the Olympics, and he got convicted of this and was stripped of all 7 Tour de France titles and his bronze medal that he won in the Olympics. And by doing that, he got a lifetime ban, so he couldn't even cycle in just like a city cycle that if you got placed for money or anything. So overall, players risk their lives for a little advantage that has a short-term effects that, but the long-term effects are much greater than the short-term, you could risk your life. And the consequences you could get from using them are just not worth it to risk what you love to do your whole life and you work forward to. And so why would you want to use steroids in the first place?